met you in the summer.
Here with Brent Thiessen, President and General Manager of the Missouri Mavericks hockey team, presented by CCR Roofing. Thanks for being here with us, Brent.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Brent, the Mavericks experienced a lot of changes over the first 5 seasons in the Central Hockey League. The biggest and most recent of those changes we'll get to in a minute. What do you think is the most significant difference between the team that arrived here in Independence in 2009 and the team the Orange Army experienced this past season as a whole?
Well, I think when you look back 5 years ago when we first arrived here in Independence, I think there was a lot of question marks. This team has matured a lot in the course of 5 seasons, and you've seen that through our on-ice play, as well as some of the things that we've done off the ice in the community. I think when we first arrived here, there was a lot of question marks. How would this facility do? How would this team do? How would hockey do in the area? And a lot of people really anxious to find out the answers to those questions. And I think now that we have 5 seasons under our belt, people have come to know what the Mavericks are all about. And that's not about to change. I think when we talk a lot about the changes, I think in sports in general, there are always changes. I think that that's the one constant throughout sports. But I think what people can come to know is that the Mavericks are still the Mavericks, and they can come to know a team that's going to be very competitive on the ice, as well as very engaged and active off the ice. And that certainly will not change. But I think when you look at maybe some of the biggest changes that we've had over the course of the 5 years, it's probably been just the maturation process of the organization itself and learning what it takes to be competitive in this league. And I feel and I think everybody does that we're awfully close. And we think that we could have been there last year, but for whatever reason didn't happen. But we believe that again we're very, very close, and I look forward to getting on the ice again next year and competing for the cup.
Just last week, the Mavericks announced the resignation of Scott Hillman, who served as the Mavericks head coach for the past 5 seasons since day one. Can you shed any light on the conversations that took place that led to this decision being made?
Well, I think a lot of people have asked me, what has happened and what went down and that sort of thing. And it's important to realize that Scott made a decision for him and his family that he felt was best for him and his family at the time, and we supported that. And I want everyone to understand that he did a remarkable job here the first 5 years, and he really set the bar very, very high for the next coach to come in here and have success. They're going to be measured against Scott Hillman and the job that he did. And he certainly accomplished a lot of things. He grew as a coach, and now he's moving on. And I think that we've had some wonderful discussions. We talked a little bit about it, and just as he's looking for change, I think now it's been 5 years. We haven't been to where we want to be, and I think that now there's going to be a change, and maybe a different voice, a different face may end up getting us there. And I think that our fans can look forward to that opportunity and that excitement, and they can be assured that we're going to have a competitive team next year.
What is the process in filling this coaching position? I know that you've been slammed with resumes and interest since that announcement was made. So how do you sort through that available talent, and what are you looking for in the next Mavericks head coach?
Well, one of the nice things about this vacancy and this process is there is a tremendous level of interest, which is great because we've been able to go through and really we have an opportunity to look at really some great candidates. And I think that it's going to be a very difficult decision. We've had some great positive discussions with some really qualified people, as well as some younger talent that is up and coming. And then, of course, you have some very established coaches that really have a history of winning. So as we go through this process, we definitely want to talk with as many as we possibly can. We're definitely going to do our due diligence and make sure that we put somebody in here that's going to accomplish our goals and give the fans an exciting team to watch. We're not interested in changing our brand of hockey. We want to have an exciting style of play. but we also want to be competitive and want to vie for a championship. That's who we are, and that's what the Mavericks are accustomed to doing. So that's not going to change. We're not interested in rebuilding next year. We're not interested in changing a lot of our style. So I think the candidates that we're looking at are going to be able to fill that role and come in and utilize the pieces that we have to again vie for a championship.
The Mavericks office is certainly full steam ahead preparing for events this summer and, of course, the 2014-15 season. What can fans get excited about, and what are you most looking forward to in the coming season and the summer?
Well, I think when you look right now, it's an exciting time for the Mavericks. And the reason that I say that is we do have some change. And I think that from a fan base standpoint, fans that have been here with us since day one, they're going to get their first look at maybe a different flavor or a different style. And so I'm looking forward to the summer and announcing our next coach and getting him out to meet the fans and really truly have them have access to him and understand what he's going to bring to the game and to the Mavericks. I'm looking forward to FanFest because FanFest is always kind of signaling the start of next season, and I know that we're looking at making that bigger and better than we've ever had, and really kind of getting it back. Anytime you go through the summer, it's always a long off season, especially when you don't go as far as you want. So I think it's going to be great to get everyone back together, get FanFest going. I know we have some exciting announcements this summer planned. I'm excited to talk a little bit more about those and truly just energize everybody and get everybody excited for the coming campaign.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us today, Brent.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. That was another interview presented by CCR Roofing.